It's part 3 of fixing Sandy Ward's one-day Hunter's cuckoo clock. I've got the movement out of the case. I want to check out the movement itself and see if there's any worn pivot holes. On the time side, with very little pressure, the crutch and wire are operating just fine, so I don't see any problems with that. On the chime side, because the chain is messed up, I can't do a function test. It's either the chain is messed up or the ratchet system is messed up in the clock. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing apart, and the first thing that you got to do is remove the rack and snail off the movement. This is the rack and this is the snail, and it's held together by, the rack is held together by a little washer. Using the screwdriver, I could take the little washer off, and there it is. There's the rack. The snail is held in together by the minute wheel pinion here, has a little washer on it also. So using the screwdriver, press on the feet of the washer to get the washer off, and there it is. Drop that in my parts box. So there's this upside down washer. Drop that in my parts box. Now I can take the snail off, and I can take this minute wheel pinion off. Now we have to the lift lock lever and the rack stop lever here, and this is held by the spring, which gives it a little extra push to make it go down. So we want to take that off. This is the spring, and it's held together by little washers also. It's held in by little washers. So there's that E-clip, sorry. And this one has the E-clip on it also, and it's on this side of the plate. So we'll get that one out of the way. And now I can take this lever off. I don't want to wash the bird, so I'm going to remove the cuckoo. My ultrasonic cleaner is set at 50 degrees Celsius. It is heating up, and that allows me to take the movement apart and talk to y'all about what I'm doing while it's doing its thing. I like using a nut driver when I can to take the nuts off. That way the nuts don't get damaged. Now this is identified as a one-day cuckoo clock. First of all, it's made by the trademark Regula. It says 25p. 25 identifies it as a one-day cuckoo clock. And if it doesn't have, if it's not a regular movement, you can count the time side. This is time 1, time 2 wheel, and time 3. Time 3 being the escape wheel. If it was an 8-day clock, it would have an extra wheel in here. So there'd be 4 wheels in the train versus 3 wheels. So that's how you can tell whether it's a 1-day or an 8-day clock. And again, an 8-day movement has 4 wheels versus a 1-day movement has 3 wheels in the time side on the cuckoo clock. Now, this is the star wheel, and typically in the older systems, the star wheels, you could had a screw in, and you could undo the screw and the star wheel would come off, which it makes it easier to take off and put back together. But this one is not designed that way. And I still have one last nut. Well, I have to use my pliers to loosen it because my nut driver won't fit in there because of the high and lift note levers. On the regular and typically on most cuckoo clocks, the high note lever is the bottom lever, and it's the longer of the 2 lever. And then you have the low note lift lever, which is the shorter lever, and it's in the middle. And then you have the gong, which is at the top. Some clocks have these over here, and sometimes the high note lever is on top. But typically with the regular movements, the high note lever being the longer lever, is on the bottom of the levers. And now I could take the wheels out. The ratchet wheel is not seem to be functioning properly, so we're going to have to determine why it's not functioning properly and fix it. So I'm going to have to take a couple of screwdrivers and pry this star wheel off. You can do that. It takes some time. So I'm going to do that now off camera.